All right, welcome back. Time to talk some Purdue now. We've gone over a lot of things, but this question, I know you can answer this well. Do you think three-man defenses can hold up against running teams?
It did last year.
Yeah, did pretty well.
Listen, they'll get it figured out. I trust me. If anyone's gonna get it figured out, it's Tony White, Matt Rule. It's got to clean some stuff up.
Yeah.
Just figure out. Everyone's got to define their responsibilities and go back to drawing board a little bit and just little things, and they'll get it ironed out.
Kathy from Omaha wants to know, Damon, what do you think about the decision to not take the ball in overtime when you win the coin toss?
Yeah, I'm gonna put my defense on the first guy.
Know what you have to do, right?
I don't have any qualms with what Nebraska did. I heard a lot of people, if it works, it's, they did the right thing, but it didn't, so we kind of question it. I want to know exactly where I'm at when I get the ball the second time around.
Yeah, that's a great question on that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like
Well, you wouldn't think, but
it's 4 downs.
We've now convinced ourselves it's a question.
That's been the book for.
Yeah, you got to know what they're going to do, so you know what you got to do. It makes tons of sense, and you're at home. The emotion of the crowd's going. Get a stop. It's no big deal. In terms of these 4 weeks, and I know not everyone was the same, but how did Nebraska do recruiting? You felt they did a good job?
Yeah, I mean, they've maximized the weekends and the visitors. Obviously, the Friday game took away a little bit. They only had 8 visitors in, but the Colorado weekend is still, without a doubt, one of the biggest weekends I've ever seen Nebraska host. 42 players that had Nebraska offers were here.
Wow.
42.
Yeah.
And normally, like 10 to 12 is a healthy number, a big number, and they had like 4 of those weekends on one, and they won. The atmosphere is great. So they're in great shape with some top 2026 kids for the next cycle. I mean, they're guys, they're pretty much done for 25. There's a couple pieces here and there, but the focus really is 26 right now.
Let's talk about Purdue. Damon, you are a running back connoisseur. What do you think of Evan Mockabee and the running style he has with his legs going? He's really herky-jerky style. I think it'd be difficult in the defense to figure out where he's going and what he's doing.
Yeah, I remember my first broadcast a couple years ago was his coming out part, and I called him Crazy Legs.
Yeah.
Right? He's just... Now, since then, he's kind of reshaped his body. Now he's kind of back to being a bigger back again. He runs behind his pads. He's got outstanding vision.
Yeah.
He's a very good one-back runner. And quietly, Purdue has ran the football. They were third in the Big Ten a year ago in terms of rushing the football. And they'll try to run it again this year. So he's a good running back, and Nebraska's got to get him to the ground.
Yeah, they're 5th in the Big Ten currently in running the ball. When you look at Purdue, what's the thing that worries you the most in terms of their defense?
You got some guys, they lost some guys with that transfer last year out of that front 7, but they still got some dudes that can rush the passer and are athletic. But they listen, Nebraska's going to be able to make some hay running the football. Purdue has not been able to stop the run early in the season. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do that. Multiple backs. Do you bring in some more QB run play?
I think it's a game for me that I think has got Emma Johnson written all over it. Yeah. You need a guy that doesn't need as much to go right up front to still have some success.
Yeah, you look at number 4 on Purdue's defense. The linebacker makes a bunch of tackles. He's the player.
He's legit. He's a legit Sunday player.
Yeah, that's the guy you have to.
Well, they had Scourton last year.
Yep.
And I mean, those are 2 NFL draft picks, and they lost one to A&M, and they were able to keep Jenkins in the offseason.
If there's a concern for Nebraska in the season, playing 4 quarters, in the games they won, they had leads, didn't necessarily finish. Obviously, the fourth quarter here goes into the overtime. Do you have a concern at all about Nebraska playing 4 quarters of football?
I don't.
From John.
I think UNI was by design, as was Colorado. So that's totally in the rearview mirror. And, again, for the hand-wringing and all the consternation defensively, Nebraska played 2.5 quarters where Illinois scored 3 points and Nebraska didn't pull away. So I think the ability to still play complementary football is the thing, right? Where if I'm getting stops and I'm getting guys off the field, defensively, I'd like for my offense to generate some points. Now, Nebraska's offense was still 4-4 in the red zone with 3 touchdowns, right? That dog will hunt. But you get the 50-50 ball, you lose. You complete the pass to Lindenmeyer. Even with the 10 minutes time of possession in the third quarter for Illinois, Nebraska's in good shape. There's twice during that game they could have gone up 2 scores. So, again, I haven't hit the panic meter.
No, and I don't think it's a strength and conditioning issue either. It's not a physicality thing. It's just, I said, they got to execute, make plays. We need to make plays. They had opportunities to make the plays. They just didn't make them. And hopefully they learn from the mistakes and be on top of it next time.
Yeah, finishing drive rate is when you get to the opponent's 40 and how many points you scored. They had 4.2 last week. That's above the national average. You'd love to be at 4.5, but they're not there. The key against Purdue, from what I've seen watching them, is that they just don't stay disciplined. They are not in their gaps
They're
when you
feast or
run
famine.
against them. Yeah.
They've been
either
real
they get in the
feast-
backfield,
they've
tackle
been
for
a
loss.
real- Yeah, they're either a havoc or you're gashed.
Yeah, big time with that. What do you think when you look at going there on a 11 a.m. our time, noon their time? I know it's homecoming, so you have a pretty good crowd.
I still think it's a break for Nebraska. We've been out there at night over the years
Yep.
a lot, but getting this game coming off 2 losses for them, bad losses, and then you're back on kind of a sleepy morning kickoff type game. It is supposed to be a sellout. We'll see if that holds.
Yeah.
And they're angry.
Yeah.
Right? Like Nebraska's pretty upset.
This is a desperate Purdue team, but I think if they react and come out with some punches early, Nebraska's going to be in good shape in this game. But you can't. Some of the stuff that lingered last week, Purdue's going to pound it at Nebraska and see if Nebraska's improved some of the issues they've had that we've seen the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, combine their 2 backs, they're running for about 150 yards a game. So they have a chance to do that. But overall, when you look at Hudson Card, he can run a little bit, but he's not going to really threaten you. So kind of Nebraska's going to know where he is.
Yeah, he hasn't. And listen, he's struggled to throw the football.
Oh, yeah.
They have had a couple wide receivers who've been banged up so far this year. Some of their best players on offense. He has not been able to complete a pass. Listen, they're going to try to run the football. They're going to try to probably a lot of similar run schemes Nebraska's seen the last couple weeks to see if they've shored things up. And if they've shored things up, okay, we got to go to something else. But until Nebraska can prove to fix what they've had issues with, they're going to try to expose it.
I know a lot has been made of Nebraska's D-line and holding up against Illinois, but as I'm watching it, I think Nebraska's secondary has to play coverage-wise in a way that they can fit in the run game a little bit easier. When you play a ton of man-to-man, you're a little vulnerable to being motioned and formation. So I think Nebraska will have to kind of wrinkle up how they play in the secondary, whether it's a little more match or quarters or, some 2. They've shown some 3 strong where they mix it up, where they're not at the mercy of being formation with motion and guys on the move.
And it'll get you. You can have Dallas Cowboys are a great example. They got a lot of talent at defense. But every time there's motion and they're making you have to play off it, people are gashing them.
Yeah.
And those are NFL players, so it can happen to everybody. Sean, what are your sources saying in terms of who's the kicker this week?
I still think it's going to be John Hall. I just don't know if the Albano issue can just heal itself in a week's time. Brett Maher.
What do you think about Maher being a part?
Well, he's been there for several weeks.
Yep.
It's just been kind of kept under wraps. But he's been around.
Surprised he said it.
And he's been present on the
People
sideline.
can see him, right? Yeah.
You can see him down there in warm-ups helping out the kickers. But yeah, I think it's a great move, and I think it's taking advantage of these new rules. Chris Brown, I've known for years, would have loved to have been able to help Nebraska's kickers, and the rules just didn't allow you to be able to do it. Now, if Jay Moore wants to join the staff or David Benning wants to join the staff and help,
we like Chris at Westside, so I'm going to stay there for a while.
He's coaching your kickers, but to have that luxury with NFL kickers all over this area. Greg Zerloin actually lives down the street from Brett Maher. They're pretty much neighbors. So 2 NFL starting kickers were side by side, and
right.
It's an interesting dynamic. But I think Hall will end up being the guy. That kick he missed, the snap was off. The hold was off. The laces were wrong. Yes, he missed the kick, but there was a lot with the operation that led to that miss.
You obviously close with Tristan, kicking out West Side. I see you talked to him before the game. How's he handling all this?
It's tough, right? I think he wants to feel better. I think he wants to let it rip. He's just not in a place. He's had it looked at twice in the last couple of weeks, and I think for him, it's such a finite muscle.
Yeah.
And so he has to be careful, and I think he tried to ramp it up a little too soon, but I think from a confidence standpoint, I think he's more chomping at the bit to get the opportunity because I think he thinks he can help his football team out.
Yeah, I think everyone on the set has tried to come back too quickly from something.
Yeah.
And it'll get you.
Yeah,
no
sure.
doubt about that. Let's do burning questions. We start with you, Sean.
My burning question, Nebraska's offensive line, how will they hold up this week? You have to figure that Purdue is going to bring the heat up the middle like we saw last week. How will that line handle the pass rush that Purdue is going to bring?
Damon?
For me, I'm similar to Sean with the offensive line. Will we see any new faces and new places as Nebraska tries to ramp up with this run game?
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, Purdue struggled stopping the run, but they also stopped in the QB run game. Do you see packages with Harbert coming in there to try to?
Sounded like they want to use him a little more, doesn't it?
Yeah, to to see if they got that issue fixed, right?
Right.
They're going to try to see what we fixed. Let's see if they can fix the QB run game issue. So I'm interested to see if they move Harburg in there for some packages.
You nailed it because Notre Dame put up over 100 yards. You saw last week with Oregon State, even though they were having lucky with their run back, they're like, well, we're going to run the quarterback on option too. And they got a lot of yards on that, so you're definitely right about that. My burning question, I mentioned this earlier, Maccabee's just a hard guy to bring down. He's really herky-jerky. Can Nebraska handle him, control him a little bit, and stop leaky yardage? Not necessarily being out physical, but when you make the tackle, make the tackle.